I begin to speak only when I'm certain what I'll say isn't better left unsaid. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. All cruelty springs from weakness. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow, and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control, and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place but to be a different person. You live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by you take no heed. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though all the while that day which you bestow on some person or thing is perhaps your last. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them but because we had them. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Live a good life. If there are gods and they are just, then they will not care how devout you have been, but will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived by. If there are gods, but unjust, then you should not want to worship them. If there are no gods, then you will be gone, but will have lived a noble life that will live on in the memories of your loved ones. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power or our will. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. Thus death is nothing terrible, else it would have appeared so to Socrates. But the terror consists in our notion of death, that it is terrible. When, therefore, we are hindered, or disturbed, or grieved, let us never impute it to others, but to ourselves, that is, to our own views. It is the action of an uninstructed person to reproach others for his own misfortunes, of one entering upon instruction, to reproach himself, and of one perfectly instructed, to reproach neither others or himself. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Don't seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and all will be well with you. Know you not that a good man does nothing for appearance sake, but for the sake of having done right? God has entrusted me with myself. No man is free who is not master of himself. A man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things.